Welcome all to the Roundtable this morning. I want to talk about the future of the travel industry and what's been going on in the past few weeks. I must ask you first of all to, if you could mute your microphones, that'd be a wonderful thing. So it can be nice and clear for us over on this side. But Patrice and Maureen, you don't have to mute yours because you all will be moderating with myself. Okay. So once again, we have Patrice Stafford of Where to Now Travel in Maryland. She's a former New Yorker, moved down south, and we're happy to have her on here today. Also have Maureen Carreño of MMB Travel in Philadelphia area, and hang on a second, a few more just came in. Chat. Okay, and we're happy to have her as well on the show. So
happy to be here.
Thank you. You know, we all have, in the past few weeks, it's been like a whirlwind of events, and it's not been a very happy time for anybody. People are getting ill, and we're trying to, as they try to get a vaccine, we all have to stay at home. Hence, we're on the computer instead of me being in person in your office or at an event where I usually see you all. But I want to start off first by asking the ladies on the panel here a question. Just explain the type of work we do normally on a work week now and then after the beginning of COVID-19. Patrice, you want to start for me?
I don't mind starting, but I have two questions first.
Please, go ahead.
Can you see me on your screen, yourself or Maureen? Because on my screen, I see a black box with my name.
Okay, well, you got to turn on your video camera probably. Is your camera on? Go to the black box, and it should be on the top right-hand corner. You might see.
Okay, I got it.
There you go. I see you now.
Tilt it down a little bit. We didn't practice that yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Could you tilt the camera down a little bit? Down. There you go. Wonderful. Can see your beautiful face now.
And secondly, with Bill Lyons not being able to make the call, do you want me to speak on only Bon Vivant or Bon Vivant and Patana?
You know, you can do both if you like. Just so the audience knows, Patrice Stafford is a member of both Bon Vivants of Maryland and the Patana, which is the Professional Travel Agents of North America, also in the Maryland chapter. I know that Mr. Bill Lyons is also affiliated with Patana, and he's down in Virginia. But if you'd like to speak on his behalf, please go ahead and do so. Yes, thank you very much, Patrice.
Okay. I'll start with Patana, which is the acronym for Professional Travel Agents of North America, of which I'm a board of director with Adam McGregor.
Thank you.
The Patana's purpose is to educate, network, and help travel partners, both suppliers and agents, be more acclimated to sell travel. Bon Vivant, which is Bon Vivant of Baltimore, is more of a social networking organization where every second Tuesday of the month, there's an average of 7 to 14 vendors. So you're getting a more personalized update on what's going on in the industry because it's a more one-on-one with the industry. I myself am the sole employee as well as the owner of Where to Now Travel. That's been in operation since October of 2008. I do leisure travel. I only have one corporate client because they started off as a leisure travel, but the person is a musician, so when I have to move their band around to weddings, they're the only corporate client that I do that for. I basically do girl getaways, destination weddings, reunions, cruise groups, whether it's one cabin or 50 cabins. I sell anywhere in the world. I'm not just dedicated to a specific niche. Prior to me opening my own agency, I worked for Liberty Travel for 6 years, where when Liberty Travel was bought out by Flight Center, which is the host of the show Amazing Race, if you're familiar with that. With Liberty Travel, when clients would come to me and want to go somewhere, I was not able to accommodate them unless Liberty Travel sold it.
Mm.
That's one of the reasons I branched off on my own, and travel has been my sole source of income since 2008.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Patrice. Maureen, you have anything to add to this one? Or you have anything? Go ahead.
Just as by way of an introduction, I started out in travel in 1988. I started out with a charter airline, and then I worked for Pan Am, and then I moved on to tour companies. I worked for Apple Vacations, and then I worked as an agent, working my way up to become director of leisure sales for them. And then I decided to branch out on my own, and I did that right around the time where everything was going kaboom in the economy because my timing wasn't impeccable. But I've been in this industry through, well, this is my first pandemic, but I've been through 9/11, I've been through deregulation, I've been through commission cuts, I've been through all sorts of things that have hit the industry. So while this is something different, it's definitely not our first time fighting a battle as agents, and we're resilient. And that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for those words. We have many things coming down the line, and I know that some people are thinking, when will this pandemic go away? We're hoping the governments are all working together trying to get these vaccines happening, and we want to make sure, us especially, we want to make sure people start traveling again. Mm-hmm. And 'cause we want the hotels full. You want your clients to be heading out. You guys want to head out. Hey, I want to head out. We all want to go somewhere and see all these other beautiful locations that are out there. That being said, the question is now, how do you manage to keep in contact with your clients, for future trips once borders are back up and running? Go ahead.
Me first?
Sure, why not?
I feel like we need to not start when things are back up and running. We need to be doing it now. You need to never lose contact with your clients, especially your really good ones that have been with you a long time. That should kind of evolve into more of a friendship. And social media, I think, is vital in this day and age to keep in contact. Back in the day, it might have been an email or whatever. An email's okay. An e-newsletter will work. But just become your client's friend during this, especially since they're going to be lonely. Sometimes they're going to be depressed. Sometimes I've taken people on a virtual vacation where I go through like a slideshow of my photos and say, well, when things open up, I think this would be great for you. And it's something to hold on to and think about during this time. And just stay in contact.
Very good. Thank you very much.
I agree 100%. Since the first week in February, I have 15 core clients. And those 15 clients have either received a phone call, a text, or I've seen them in person every 2 weeks. I don't want to hound them to travel, but I also want them to know that I'm there if they have any questions for when they are able to travel. Mm-hmm. The other clients, so far I've done about between 120, 125. I've sent out cards with just a note of how are you? Hope you and your family are doing well. We're all in this together, but stay 6 feet apart. I'll be here when you're ready for me. And then on the bottom, I'll say something like, I hope this gave you a good reason to go outside to the mailbox.
Very good.
I like that.
Well put, Patrice. I like that too. Yeah, very important to keep in contact with all your clients because, you know, we want them to get out there. We want them to go and see all these beautiful locations that are out there. And, you know, life is for living, and you want to be able to enjoy the world and its freedom and everything. And sorry?
We're also going to have to lead by example. As soon as we're able, we're going to have to get out there and go and show people it's safe.
Exactly. Send them back videos, send them back pictures saying, you know, this is what's out there. Please come and enjoy it for yourselves. Very good point.
Maureen, Adam's going to take us on a fan.
That's right. Don't worry. I'm gonna get us all there.
My bags are packed.
All right.
And another thing, Maureen, just to keep us safe, the cards that I use to send out, I don't know, you know, where you get your products from, but Vistaprint, Custom Ink, all of them, in their clearance sale, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, something expensive. I've been getting the ones where it's like 12 in a pack for $2.99.
Oh, yeah.
And so that I'm not even in the post office, you know, depending on how crowded it is, I'll go when the post office hours are closed, but go to the machine and purchase the book to stamp.
Right.
That way you're still doing what you need to do, but you're keeping yourself safe by not being amongst other people.
Right, keeping a social distance. Exactly. Go well put there, Patrice. On a note of your clients, who you had booked prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, are they canceling or rebooking for new dates for the future? Go ahead, Patrice.
I had, my main one was a wedding in Mexico that was supposed to be the second week in April. They selected their wedding date by a combination of their birthdays, and I believe the wedding was going to be on a Tuesday or Wednesday. They would have lost a large sum of money had they canceled because the hotel was still operating. It was the flights to Mexico from the United States that were canceled. So the hotel really had no sympathy whatsoever. What the couple decided to do is move their wedding date to 2021 so that they can still have the anniversary of the combination of their birthdays, and all of their funds were moved to 2021. Other than that, my clients have either gotten their money back with airline tickets and vouchers back, but for more than what the original amount was. For instance, I can think of 3 off the top of my head. Maureen, if you want me to tell you them off skew, that's fine. But I can think of 3 that have given back 110% of the value or 100 to 25% of the value for the clients to use by December of 21. So they don't even have to travel this year. They just have to travel by December of 21. So with them knowing that they're getting back more, that was a nice incentive for them to be okay with the cancellation and know that they can go anytime next year and they're getting more. And I explained it to them where if they were staying in an ocean view room with the extra money that you're getting, you can now stay in the ocean front room, or you can go from the junior suite to the suite. So we're fine with that.
Yeah, and people, well, agents will remember how suppliers treat them, and so will our our clients remember how we treat them, even if it's by way of a tour operator or a hotelier or something like that. One thing I'm not doing is any cruise clients, I'm encouraging them to do land-based travel in the future. Unfortunately, I just don't feel comfortable selling any cruise in the next 2 years.
I agree wholeheartedly. One of the suppliers, which is on the Patana National Board, I was on a fantastic fan with them in November, and it was so great. I planned on taking a group for August of 21. So not even this August, but August of 21. And they were kind enough to let me know to hold off because better rates are becoming available when they put out their 22 itinerary. So again, I'm with you with that. I don't plan on putting a client or myself on any ship before 22.
Yeah, I agree with that statement as well.
Yeah, it's too hard to try and sanitize all those areas, too close to quarters, and look at the ones that have been just floating about and finally just got the port. Now, I would rather convince them to do something like a Melia or something and explain the value of doing that, whereas a cruise, you're getting your meals and all that, but you're not getting everything included. So for the all-inclusive properties, there's a way to bring the cruisers about to doing something like an all-inclusive.
And Maureen, not even the ability to sanitize the ship, that's fearful. But I'm more fearful of the staff on the ship. When the staff has the ability to go home every 6 to 8 months, unless you're going on a Hawaiian cruise, your staff is not American.
Yeah, your staff could be from anywhere, and they could be from a hot spot. I agree. Yeah, so definitely land packages are the way to go.
A good way to think of it is like this. I know I work for Melia and everything. I'm not trying to sway your thoughts, but you could always tell your clients it's going to be a cruise on land, at one of our lovely all-inclusive resorts that we have in, Mexico or Punta Cana, Jamaica, or Nassau. We have all these beautiful hotels there, Paradisos brand, Melia brands, etc. So good points, both of you. Good points. I want to bring up another question now, okay? Now, it's a two-part question, but it's just reality. This is realistic and reality. We're thinking about, the question is, when do you think everything will come back up to normal again? And do you have the tools for when it happens? Like say, for instance, teasers for the clients or, little clips here and there. Just give me your thoughts there, Maureen, please.
My thoughts are it'll probably be a few months before a lot of destinations are going to be available to us. So, get your financing in order and grin and bear it for a little while. But once it opens, I honestly think that people are going to be chomping at the bit to get away and get somewhere where they don't have to think about this anymore, and to get somewhere where there's wide open spaces. And, because they're stuck in their houses all this time. How great would it be right now to be on a beach, where it's open and you can enjoy the sunlight and all that. So I do think that people will flock back after a few guinea pigs go first.
And those guinea pigs should be us.
Yeah, I'm willing to be a guinea pig. I have no problem with that. There's no evil.
I'm with you on that.
I mean, I did it after 9/11. I was on one of the first flights to Jamaica after 9/11.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And then once you go and you live, people say, oh, she went, she lived. I'm going to go now because I got to get the heck out of here. I'm so tired of these walls. And basically that continuing conversation that you're having with your clients, as the situation evolves, your conversation should evolve into, oh, I think it's opening up soon, you know, and start your carnival barking. You know, let them know, hey, it's opening up soon. Hey, this destination seems to be a safe place to go. We've got flights here, and just start the tease.
And you have Melia hotels there too.
Absolutely.
All right, Patrice, you have any thoughts on these comments of when you think it's going to open back up, and what do you plan on doing as a little teaser for your clients to get there?
In regard to the little teaser, I was going to ask you if Melia had this capability. I can't remember which webinar I was on last week, but they were asking suppliers to give a list of which properties had live cams on the beach. That way the travel agent can use a little snippet to say, this is what it's looking like now. Would you like to be there, you know, once it opens up? And it was nice because it allowed you to actually be in the moment, you know, to see the waves and to hear the water and, you know, to see the bright skies and stuff. Yeah. In regard to when it's opening up, I personally feel that I'm going to sell Caribbean first, possibly Mexico second, but I know Europe, Asia, South Africa, that I can't see me doing before 21.
Okay, well, that's honest. I like the honesty. I'm going to touch on a couple of things there for this line of questioning. I do know that cameras on Playa del Carmen in Mexico, I have seen live shots from the beaches of Playa del Carmen. I believe Cancun as well, and Punta Cana, if I remember certainly correctly. So we can do something for you like with those three areas. As for when it's going to open back up again, the way I see it is like this. I believe the government is trying to push on the opening. Okay, they said that they've reached the apex of the curve, and everything is gradually slowing down, I should say. I want to say by August, September, we should be able to go get out again, and that's my thought. That's to certain places. Like say the Caribbean basin is the main focus right now because it's close to our United States. It's easy to get to. Europe had a bit of a rough time with the COVID-19 as well. So let's not even consider them just yet. I'm thinking the Americas basically. And believe it or not, I agree with both of you on saying that with the clients want to get out, they want to be out there, okay? But I predict 50% of them are going to want to get out there. The other 50 are going to stay within the boundaries of the United States. I just think like that. They want to get into the car, not an airplane, and go to a destination.
Well, the good thing with Melia is they can do that too.
Exactly.
You know, you guys are everywhere.
Exactly. And right now, we have two hotels here in the United States. New York is the inside by Melia in New York City. I think that was going to be a hold off a little area because New York is so prevalent with the
hotspot.
The hotspot with COVID-19. I know though that people want to go south to Orlando because we have the Melia Orlando at Celebration which is willing with open arms. I spoke with the director of sales just 2 days ago, Sally McKissick, and she's with me on this, and she wants to prepare for the clients coming down. So everybody on this forum, do remember, Melia Orlando at Celebration is right there. It's a beautiful resort, fantastic location, easy access, and it's very nice. If you haven't seen it, please send me questions. I'll tell you all about it. Whether you can call me. Oh, hold on. I think I just saw a question come in. Hold on a second. Along with the webcam. Okay, I'll get to that, Susan. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking is going to be happening.
And you know that the parks are going to be open as soon as they possibly can, because it's a people trap run by a mouse. So yeah, they're gonna open up, and then that'll feed your property too.
Exactly, and we have free shuttles to and from the Walt Disney World, I should say, and it's a couple times a day we have free shuttles back and forth. We're that close to it. So that's a good thought process there, Maureen. Okay, I got a question here from Susan real quick. I just want to touch on it. Along with the webcam of the properties, it would be nice if we could get insight as to the sanitation process that we're being done. Now, Susan, would you believe that the next question is all about that? Okay. So the next,
she's a little bit ahead.
Yeah, evidently. Can you read my paper? Okay. How confident do you feel with the level we're using to sanitize our hotels?
Property. You were supposed to say property.
Property. Thank you. Thank you, Patrice. So one of you can go ahead and talk about this for a little bit or how we sanitize the properties. Is it enough for your clients? What do you think?
The reason why I was teasing Adam and I asked him to substitute the word property for hotel. Hotel was the original question.
That's right.
The reason I asked to substitute property, when those that are not in the industry think of hotels, I didn't want the clients to think that only the guest rooms, the bathrooms, the lobby was being sanitized. I wanted them to know that the spa, the gym, the pool, the bar, the disco, everything on property was being sanitized.
That's true, which is extremely important.
And I know that both of you have seen some of our properties all throughout the Caribbean, and they all, tell me what you see. I mean, you see them spraying for bugs, you see them sanitizing with the wet wipes and sprays. Tell me what you think about it. Do you think you're doing a good job?
Even under normal circumstances, I would say that the properties are very well maintained and your maintenance staff is top notch. And I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I'm not trying to kiss up here. But because, it does stand above some other properties that I've been to that are maybe needing more attention. And, and one of the reasons people turn to us instead of doing it themselves is they want that advice and that advocacy in case something goes wrong and all that. And I think that our advice on what's clean, what's safe is going to mean something. I haven't been to your properties, obviously, during this pandemic, but before that, I can honestly say that they're extremely well kept up.
Thank you. Patrice, first of all, Maureen, I know Maureen has been to a couple of them. I know Melia Bracco Village in Jamaica was one of them. Have you been to any others in the Caribbean by any chance, Maureen?
I have. I just can't think of which one. Right now, at the moment, I'm losing my train of thought on where I've been. But I know I've either visited or stayed at your properties in Punta Cana.
Okay.
I stayed at the Paradisus Punta Cana.
Okay.
Which I really loved. I love the rooms there, honestly. They're really nice. They're better than my house. But yeah, I really think that you keep things very clean and maintained.
Thank you very much. Patrice, you have anything to add?
I actually stayed at the Melia Nassau the night in November of 2013, where I actually watched them put the black covering over the Sheridan at midnight to actually say Melia.
Wow.
That property.
Wow.
Wow.
The Paradisus La Perla is
Yes.
phenomenal. And Melia Bracco.
All right. So you went to a couple of them as well. Very nice. Just so you all know, at around 1:30 today, I'll be doing a webinar for the Paradisus La Perla that you mentioned a second ago, Patrice. La Perla, La Esmeralda, Paradisus Cancun, and I'm going to touch on the Paradisus Playa Mujeres. That's coming up at 1:30 this afternoon. Okay, just so you all can tune in if you like. I have one more quick question for you all. Okay. And be honest with this one again, okay? Please. Do you, because of this, the travel labs are all about Melia Pro travel, okay? Do you all use Melia Pro? And you know you can earn up to 16% commission and get the best rates, and the agent's rates are there as well. So do you use Melia Pro?
I don't, but I will be, because of course when things open up, I'm going to be greedy, and I'm going to want that extra commission. So yes, I'm going to look into doing it. You know, from time to time, I wear a lot of hats, and I lose sight of some of the programs that are available to me. And I have talked to you about that, and I intend on using it. But
Wonderful.
I have not.
Wonderful. It's a very good platform to use. I can hook you up with Nuri Mata, who's the boss of Melia Pro, as I call her. She knows everything about it, and she will walk you through it step by step to get hooked up on that platform. Okay.
I'd love to.
Thank you, Patrice. Any word on the Melia Pro?
I have not, but to duplicate Maureen, I would love to be able to have the training for Melia Pro. That way I too can use it and become more efficient with it. And also in regard to a last question, did you want to touch on how would clients feel going, once everything opens up, going back to all-inclusive the way that they were in regard to the buffets, and what type of changes may they need to make where there's still no money that's exchanged for food or beverages, but the way that the clients receive the food and beverages may have to be changed.
That's a good point.
Yes, I know what you're saying, and I'm going to touch on that just a second here. Yes, things would have to be changed to accommodate this whole new social distancing from here moving forward. I know we had a meeting with Mr. Jaime Piedras, the GM of the Paradisos in Los Cabos, and he explained to me what some of the hotels were planning on doing in spacing out, buffets, using more of a server. So,
Right.
but you don't go and dip your food into the thing. You have somebody serve it to you. Those are a couple of points that we're going to do. We're working out all these things. It hasn't come to a head yet. We have to have it from the top, the GMs, and work the way down. So we're working on a system for them now. It'll come out eventually, very soon, hopefully, once the hotels are up and running again, because that was a very good point, Patrice. Thank you very much for that as well, okay? All right. Time is now 10:40, and I'm going to take a few questions from or comments from the chat. Let me go here and have a look to see. Okay, here we go. Okay, we touched on Susan's point a little while ago with the webcam. Okay, sanitation process. Okay, okay. Jennifer Brown says, I've stayed at Paradisus Palma Real. Love that property. Also the science fiction at Melia in Bahamas. Oh, thank you for that, Jennifer. And please, you all know, whenever you go to these properties and see, and then you sell them to your clients, you can always email me, call me, text me, send me a smoke signal, do whatever you have to. Let me know when your clients are going, and I'll make sure they get the best of everything. You send me their confirmation numbers and so forth. You know,
You've never let me down on that, to be honest.
I want your clients are my VIP, so I want all your clients to let them know that they're going to get the best of everything once they arrive at the property. Okay, so there you go, Jennifer. Kim Rollins, John, I would like to get into training on Melia Pro as well. Of course, Kim, we will get you on there right away because we want you all to use this platform. You know, on the Melia Pro, it's you. Of course, yes, you get 16% commission. Good, we know all that. You can get the best rates for your clients on there as well. Now, bear in mind, the best rates are going to be you can't cancel. It's non-cancellation. Okay, that's a chance. That's a risk you're taking. It's a risk reward kind of thing. Okay, that's the first thing. But you will find better rates there, absolutely, and you can get your commission on them. And you'll also find the agents' rates there as well. So if you have to get away for a weekend, you know, you and your husband or whatever, go to wherever, Orlando, Jamaica, or wherever you want to go, just jump on Melia Pro. You'll see the rates there for you, the travel agent, because customers cannot go on the Melia Pro website if they can't. They're not allowed. You have to have a login and everything. So it will be the way of the future. Okay, let's see here. From Sean, says I would like training for Melia Pro too. I did a site inspection in Nassau. Well, I'm glad you did, Sean. I hope you really liked it. As Patrice said in the last comments there, she saw when the sign was hung for the Melia when it was open in 2013. You know, you all beat me to it. I haven't been there yet. But don't worry. I'm planning on going real soon. I have seen the majority of the hotels in the Caribbean basin. Melia Braco Village, I've seen the Punta Cana properties, all of them. I've only slept at the Paradisos Palma-Real and the Melia Punta Cana Beach, but I've seen them all. I have been to the Paradisos in Cancun, slept there. I've been to the Paradisos in La Perla, slept there as well. I've also seen the Melia Cozumel across the waterway, which you got to take a little shuttle, a little boat to it. It's really nice. But I have not been to the Bahamas yet, but I intend on going there soon.
I've seen that one, but I haven't stayed there.
Okay, I actually stayed there when it was a Sheraton. This is umpteen years ago, probably 2002 or 1. And but I haven't seen it as a Melia, and I'm really looking forward to it. As a matter of fact, I speak with the Bahamas Tourist Board numerous times last year, and actually early this year, trying to get a fam together to go there, but it hasn't materialized yet. And then the COVID-19 came in and mashed up that program. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
You need to speak to Darnell at the next Patana board meeting.
Hey, Patrice, I spoke to Darnell. I spoke to Crystal. I spoke to all of them. Believe me. Anyway,
we all sit at the same table.
Yes. All right, another one. Here we go. I've stayed at the Melia Athens, Greece. It was really nice. Great buffet. Oh, Kim, thank you so much. That property in particular, Kim, it always gets awards. It's an award-winning hotel every year. Matter of fact, at Delta Vacations, every single year, that hotel gets an award. Melia Athens. If no one gets it, that one gets it. Okay? I stayed at the Melia from Rissel. Hey, Rissel Abrams, how you doing? I stayed at the Melia Sevilla, beautiful, in 2018. Thank you so much. I have not been to Spain for Melia yet, so you beat me to that one, Rissel. But I hear it's, and I actually know the director of sales there at that property. I meet him every springtime he comes to the States. Matter of fact, he was here this spring, and I got him to do some sales calls with me as well. All right. Any other questions or comments from the panel or anybody else? Because now it's 10:45, and I think we're coming to a close. But any comments, you guys, Patrice or Marie? Anything before we go?
I want to thank you for including us on the discussion.
I thank you.
And anything that honestly, we're all in this together, and anything I find that gets people excited or whatever, I'll share to this page if somebody wants to use it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Patrice?
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate being your tester beforehand. I've enjoyed answering the questions, learning new content, and again, to just help out. I'll go on probably the next day or two to see any of the links that are having specials in case anybody is interested in the cards, and I'll post the link onto the page.
Wonderful.
Okay, wonderful. Quick before we go, Carmen, Holly, to everyone. Oh, thank you, Carmen, for coming by this roundtable today. Susan Amable says, thank you, Adam, for all you do for the travel business population. Okay, wonderful. Edward Jean, great roundtable. Kim Rollins, thank you. Rochelle, thank you again. Wendy, thank you as well. You know, guys, thank you all for coming today. I feel like a radio show host.
Yeah.
And it's great fun. I love it. So
virtual hug.
Virtual hug. Don't forget, later on today, 1:30 is my Playa del Carmen and Cancun webinar. And I'm going to be setting up another webinar for Friday. I believe it's going to be for the Melia Nassau with Nacheli Tapia, who's the Director of Sales on Property. She's going to be on it as well. And Monday, I'm going to do another roundtable. To be advised. Maureen, Patrice, if I need you again in the future, I'll let you know. Thank you again. And you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming today.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Bye
Stay
now.
safe.
Thanks. You too.